All right, guys, the Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Yes, I've been away for like 4 days. Like I said on my other channel, a friend of mine that I grew up with was killed on Sunday night. He and his brother in a very terrible car accident. But so I needed some time off. I went to my sister's. I hung out with Matt, Cassidy, and Alyssa, and Matt and I watched TNA Impact last night. And I want to say about Impact, I'm really enjoying what they're doing. A lot of people are very upset because there's no TNA World Heavyweight Champion at this point. And as we all know, AJ Styles is out defending that belt, although Dixie has made it quite clear that she has stripped him of the title. What this is going to bring um, is Dixie Winter Tournament. It's going to have a new champion, and what will happen is AJ will come back, and it's going to create a real big buzz, and AJ is going to wrestle Dixie's new champion for the TNA World Heavyweight Belt. So I have no problem with this. It's something different that we've seen in professional wrestling. We really haven't seen anything like this in a long time. And I thought the show was pretty darn good as well. I like what Mr. Kennedy's, or Mr. Anderson, I should say, is doing with Aces and Eights. Basically, next week, he is going to have a match with Bully Ray. It's Mr. Anderson's career versus Bully Ray and Aces and Eights as far as them staying in existence. Um, we also saw a pretty good match with Austin Aries and Kurt Angle. Of course, Bobby Roode had to come out and sort of distract Kurt Angle, but by no means did this really do anything as far as the match went, because Kurt Angle did defeat Austin Aries, which I was sort of surprised. You know, I thought maybe this would be a match where there may have been no winner and they'd have to come up with a solution. But of course, it is a tournament, so there had to be a clear-cut winner. And what they're doing right now is they're focusing on the fact that it's possibly going to be Kurt Angle and Bobby Roode to go for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So that remains to be seen as well, because we still have yet to see Samoa Joe and Magnus. And one has to wonder what's going to happen. We also got James Storm going up against Bobby Roode. So, Roode hasn't gotten a shoe-in as of yet. So, but the show overall was pretty good. We saw again Lady Tapa with Gail Kim go up against Hannah Blossom. Everybody knows the Blossom twins from OVW. And I really do believe somewhere down the road, Lady Tapa is going to turn on Gail Kim, and Lady Tapa will become the TNA Knockouts champion. We saw segments with Joseph Parks. He ended up wrestling the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels from Bad Influence. And next week, Joseph Park has put it out there that he wants to wrestle his brother Abyss. So this should be pretty interesting. Let's see where this storyline goes. And we saw Ethan Carter III going up against the only two guys he's wrestled since he's been in TNA, Norv Furnham and Dewey Barnes. And of course, he ended up pinning them both at the same time to get the victory. And again, the main event, like I said, was Aries and Angle, which was a very good main event. But we did see a lot of things in between, with Mr. Anderson ended up facing Nux and ended up beating Nux, and then handcuffing Garrett Bischoff later on in the show. But overall, I loved the show. I thought it was great. I thought the direction of the show was very well put, and so I'm pretty much happy with that. Moving on, AJ Lee over in England collapsed with her match with Brie Bella. The WWE is stating that the cause is dehydration. You sort of have to wonder, with AJ collapsing, John Cena having a potential leg injury, CM Punk wailed his head on the mat quite hard the other night. And you have to really wonder that, these guys are going full bore, constantly. and it's we're headed towards the end of the year, and of course, they don't really get that much time off, and I think maybe it's starting to take its toll on a lot of these wrestlers. And Vince better look long and hard because I know he wants to put out a good product, but in the long run, is it really all worth it? Because you could possibly lose CM Punk and John Cena at the same time, and who knows what's going on really with AJ Lee, if it was really dehydration or not. I mean, she's been brutally beaten a number of times in her recent matches, and there's just a lot of things. The Vince has got to take into consideration that he is really pushing a lot of these top stars, and he's not really doing much with the mid carders and below. And so his main focus is on like the likes of Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, John Cena, Alberto Del Rio. We also have the Shield involved in a lot of matches along with Goldust and Cody Rhodes. But like I said, these some of these superstars aren't that young anymore, and it's taken its toll. They also were talking about Ryback now being turned babyface, and possibility of him facing Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. And this would be on the continuing storyline that Ryback let Paul Heyman down, and he let CM Punk get to him and beat him up as he did, and supposedly, the hospitalization part of it. So Lesnar is supposed to go after Ryback, and in turn, Ryback will turn babyface. And I mean, there's been too much turning heel and babyface with Ryback in the recent year. So I don't know how that's going to work out. They originally wanted Ryback going up against Goldberg at WrestleMania, but the fact of the matter is, Goldberg had stated that he will not wrestle Ryback at WrestleMania just to go there to lose. So that's probably going to be out of the mix. And yeah, so there's just a lot of interesting things going on. Like I said, it's been a tough week, but I'm back, and a lot of the details of funeral arrangements and all that have not yet been taken care of yet because his brother is still in the hospital here in Hartford in St. Francis Hospital. He's in critical but stable condition, which is a very good thing. And I don't even think he knows about the death of his brother as of yet. So we just have to wait and see. But yeah, TNA was great last night. I'm going to watch SmackDown tonight. I did watch Main Event on Wednesday night. I really enjoyed that show. Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd had a great match. Um, and yeah, so wrestling, it's been a pretty good week. I've just been, very quietly watching and commenting. And I want to thank Boston Fan 79B1 Chris for uh, his recent video on his condolences to myself. I really appreciate that, Chris. For someone to take the time to mention this situation in a video means a whole lot to me. And I want to also thank all the guys that had a lot of nice, kind words to say. And, we just got to move on. Life is so precious, and we just got to move on. So we got to push forward. So, anyway, that's it, guys. This is the Iceman. Peace out, everybody. Watch SmackDown tonight, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.